What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Stay Strong, Stay You podcast. Today, we are keeping it fun and easy. So what's going on, Monica?
What up, what up, what up? I'm super excited. I want to see what these questions are going to be about. Let's just laugh a little. Let's have some fun. Hopefully our listeners get to know a little bit more about us. Let's see where it goes.
Absolutely. We didn't know what topic to do, so we thought we would just come at you with a fun questions that are randomly on our heart, fire it back and forth with one another, and just kind of give you guys behind the scenes look at us, because we have some fun over here that I feel like a lot of people don't see often.
We do.
This may be a fun way to get to know each other even more than we already know each other. So you want to start?
You want me to ask the first question? Is that what you mean by start?
Sure.
Let's start with like quick and easy ones. Like, how old are you?
29. How old are you?
Right, I'm 41.
When's your birthday?
December 14th.
February 25th.
February 25th. Okay. What's your favorite color?
Purple. What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Ooh, why? Why is your favorite color pink?
I've just always liked the color pink. Look, I got it on my nails.
Nice.
Why purple?
Why purple? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. I think for so long I was just drawn to it, and now that I know it's the color for domestic violence,
right?
Yeah, that's also why, like, it hits home for me. But I also I don't know. I like it. I love it. I also love green. Green's the color for mental health.
Right. Now, has it always been purple?
No, for a long time it was blue.
Like royal blue, navy blue?
More like sky blue.
Oh, okay, baby blue.
A little bit darker. Just slightly darker.
Okay. I've always liked pink.
Gotcha.
Just always.
If you had to be a color, would you be pink? Like if you had to turn into a color, like your skin color changed, would you be pink?
No.
No, what color would you be?
Because
remember, we see people for their heart and their character, not the color of their skin.
Right. So I'm thinking colors. And I would be white. The color white. I know that sounds weird, but I could change any other color into a lighter color.
Oh. Okay. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Dang. I don't even know what my answer would be.
Yeah, if you could be a color, what color would you be?
Oh, man. Clear?
Clear? Is that a color?
I don't know. I was just thinking, what would it... I don't know if I necessarily want to do this, but like, what if you were like see-through?
Invisible?
I mean, I don't want to necessarily be invisible.
Now you don't. Now you hear me? Now you don't.
At that point, I would just want an invisible cloak. Would you want an invisible cloak? There's my question. Would you want an invisible cloak if there was a thing? Would you own? No. Why?
I shine too bright.
That's true. And I'm not trying to be
invisible.
I'm not trying to take away your shine, but like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of be cool to at times just be like, I'm here, but I'm not here.
I can see that, but I don't think I'd ever want to be invisible.
That's true. I can see value in that, because like if you're meant to be somewhere, you're meant to be somewhere. You shouldn't have to be invisible and like force your way into a situation or into an opportunity.
Right. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to be invisible.
Like, you should be want to be seen within this world.
That's it.
So as much fun as it would be to like try it out. I guess that's the thing. I want to try it out, but I ultimately wouldn't want one. You've
Yeah.
inspired me to say no.
Yay. I'm such an inspiration.
You are. Okay, what other question you got?
Let's see. Favorite food.
Ooh, that's a big one. I'm gonna follow this up with one of my favorite questions. Favorite food. Honestly, I'm a big trail mix person.
Okay. With the
Although I've been really craving some barbecue ever since I got back from Texas. Like I love good barbecue. I always had since I was younger, and Portland just doesn't have barbecue, like point blank period. So like I'm highly craving 407 barbecue right now.
Oh, shout out. I was
Been,
just about to ask, were you going to shout it out? Shout out. What was the name of the restaurant?
407 barbecue, the best barbecue place I think I've ever been. I've been craving it ever since, and that meatloaf is just screaming my name. So we're gonna
I'm
have
going
to
to tell you that their smoked chicken was actually like, breast is normally really dry. And their smoked chicken, especially the breast, was really, really moist. Then they had that green chili
yes.
corn, that green chili cream of corn or whatever. Oh my God, that was delicious.
Yo, I know.
So check it out. If you're ever in Texas, 407 barbecue located in Argyle, Texas. I believe it's off of Highway 407. So,
well, yeah, that's why it's called 407.
so,
you're welcome, people.
Shout out. I want 10%. Tell them, stay strong, say you sent you.
10%. Okay, so following. Oh wait, let me let you answer. Answer.
My favorite food that I don't eat very often is pizza.
Ooh, what kind of pizza?
The works, but don't get me with the cauliflower crust. Don't get me with the gluten-free. Like I want hand tossed or pan pizza, supreme, fully loaded, no anchovies.
Sounds good. I'd take it. But here's another question: does pineapple go on pizza?
No.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes.
Just like ketchup doesn't go on everything.
That was gonna be my next question. Just ketchup.
But check this out. Check this out. I have a friend. We were talking about tamales, right? Now, does ketchup go on tamales?
Probably.
Does a mixture of ketchup and mustard go on tamales?
Probably.
No. Salsa goes on tamales. Ketchup. Who does ketchup?
I don't have tamales
Who
that often.
does
So
that?
I can't say that I've ever had ketchup and like all of that. But also keep in mind, I'm allergic to most salsas.
Why?
I'm allergic to tomatoes, bro.
Oh shoot! But how do you eat ketchup?
Because I'm allergic to the seed, so I can't have raw tomato. It's not so I'm not so allergic that I'll like go into like anaphylactic shock, but I get such an itchy mouth and like feel like my throat's gonna close up that I avoid them at all costs. But ketchup is so processed that it cooks the seed to the point where it doesn't affect me. But there have been ketchups that do affect me, but that's why I stick with Heinz. Shout out to Heinz.
Shout out
10%. And that's why I feel like I have this such strong love and passion for ketchup that does go on. I'm not going to say everything, but a lot of things. They go on eggs. They can't go on pizza. They go on a lot. I don't care what you say.
Mm-mm.
Because if you, at least if you don't like it, that means more ketchup for me.
Mm-mm.
I will take my chips and I'll dip it in ketchup.
What about the debate of ketchup on spaghetti?
Yes, I'm for that. You look like you're gonna puke.
It's nasty. Like when I think ketchup, like I'm thinking, my French fries, a burger, maybe a hot dog, possibly a corn dog. I mean, I wouldn't, but other
How do
people
you say
would.
possibly ketchup on a corn dog? Like that is a must, bro.
No, mustard. Mustard on a corn dog.
Ketchup
Mustard
and
on a hot
mustard, but
dog.
ketchup is a must.
No, that's going to be a very strong debate. And no, ketchup does not go on everything. Okay, so what about ranch? Does ranch go on?
Ranch goes on a lot too. See, if I don't have ketchup available, then I go to the ranch.
Do you
I will
dip?
I will dip my pizza in ranch.
That was my next question.
I will
All right.
dip my lasagna in ranch. I will dip my spaghetti sometimes in ranch.
Lasagna in ranch? Oh man.
I got some weird like food combinations, all right?
You think? Like I can eat some weird foods, but a lot of combinations that you have are definitely weird.
I mean, I'm a weird individual. What do you expect?
Well, true. I agree.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
Okay, one more question regarding ranch. Hot wings, ranch or blue cheese?
Ooh, that's a.
Can we agree on something?
Honestly, I would have to go with probably blue cheese.
Yes. Look, I like lost my hands there. Definitely.
As much
Wings,
as I love, as much as I do love ranch, blue cheese and wings just pair better together.
They do pair.
Like, you can't deny that. I agree there.
And it's got to be that chunky blue cheese too.
And that's what I was gonna say, but it has to be like a good solid blue cheese, because if it's not a good solid blue cheese, then bro, go right back to the ranch.
Yeah, I don't need the runny stuff. I need it to be chunky.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have big chunks. It just needs to be chunky.
I just need it to be chunky. She just said.
I like chunky.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Okay. I'm going to try to say this as nicely as possible. People who are eating their food and chew with their mouth open or try to talk while they still have food in their mouth. Biggest pet peeve.
So people eating with their mouth open, trying to eat and talk?
Both ways. You chew with your mouth open, or even those people who try to talk while they still have food in their mouth.
Duly noted.
Keep
that in mind next time I'm eating around you. Hopefully I didn't do it when we were around. We all know my biggest pet peeve.
Your name?
Biggest pet peeve, being called Becky.
Hold up, I got something.
Stop. Why would you do that? Okay, so story.
It was like right here in front of my face.
Audience. Story time for the rest of the audience. When I came to Texas to be with Monica, I first stepped into her office, and the very first thing I saw on her desk was this sticky note. And for those who are listening and not watching it on YouTube, there is a sticky note that says Becky Boston, and that is hanging in her office. And that is the first thing I see, knowing that she knows Becky Boston is my biggest pet peeve, and I lost it. Yet she did it to hold me accountable to all the things that I said I was going to do this year.
Because what is it? It's your 2022 penalty.
It is. That if I don't get certain things completed this year, that she has permission to call me Becky.
That's right.
2023.
And I remind her all the time.
Yeah. Because it's legitimately a pet peeve. Like, Becky's such a different personality than me. Oh my God, Becky, look at her. Like, no offense to all the Beckys out there, but like, sorry, that ain't me.
True that. You're not a Becky.
Like, can you imagine me being a Becky? What would I be like?
Yeah, I'd rather not imagine. I'd rather not imagine.
You'd be friends with me if I was a Becky?
That's like me asking you, if my name wasn't Monica, what would my name be?
Ooh, that's a good question. If your name wasn't Monica, what would your name be? I want to say something along the name of Dominique. I don't know why that came to me. What would you want your name to be if your name wasn't Monica?
Do you know? Okay, so I don't know if you did, but when I was younger, I always wanted my name changed because
Yeah, I think we all go through a time of that.
I wanted my name to be Christine. Christine Denise.
You've mentioned that to me.
What about you?
Well, when I was younger, for so long, I wanted my name changed to Ashley. And I think that was because my best friend growing up with it was Ashley. And I just thought she was the coolest person in the world. They have since transitioned into female to male. So now their name's Asher. Yet today, if I were to change my name, honestly, like I always go back to either Parker or Peyton.
Parker or Pagan?
Peyton.
Oh, Peyton. My bad. Peyton.
But probably Parker. Parker's like a dope name.
It is. It is.
I know a really good Parker. So not that I base that off of like anything, but like, you know, when you meet like a solid person with a solid good name, it's like they just go really well. There's a lot of noise happening in my house, so I apologize if you hear the background noise. But
and just for the listeners, I'm in the middle of a tornado warning, so if for some reason you lose me, I'll be in the restroom in the bathtub.
Yep. Okay. Other questions. What is your morning routine?
All right, so get up in the morning. Oh, do I need to tell you what time? I wake up at 3. Get up at 3, no waiting. Sometimes I got to do the 3, 2, 1 just to get up. Make my bed, drink some water. Do I have to tell like the entire routine?
No.
Okay. So I definitely want to, I spend the very first 2 hours from 3 to 5. My activities include, but not limited to, working out at least 30 minutes, especially if I'm at home. If I get to go to the gym, then I'll do it like an hour. And if I get to go to the gym, then I don't do a lot of the other things, but definitely like to read my Bible, and I like to journal. So my morning routine includes those 3 things, but definitely always making my bed, because when I go back into my bedroom, those days that I really wish I could get an additional little 20, 30 minutes, seeing my bed made will make me not jump in it. So yeah, that's usually and I have an alarm that goes off at 3, of course, that gets me up. By 4, it's kind of my reminder that, hey, you've got 1 hour. And then at 5 o'clock, it's time to start getting ready for work.
Nice.
That's what's up. Shower, makeup. Oh, and then somewhere in between there, I make my coffee, but shower, makeup, hair, dressed.
Surprised that's not the first thing you do.
Well, it's not. It's not, because then I'll spend more time drinking my coffee.
That's true.
So
that's the other thing I don't think people realize is you really love your coffee.
I do. I really love my coffee. And I drink it all day.
Oh yeah. We'll be up at like late hours of the night. She'll be like, I gotta drink my coffee. And then she'll be like 5 minutes later, she'll be going, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like, you just drank a cup of freaking coffee. Yeah, you and your coffee mug, for the listeners who aren't watching.
I do. I love me some coffee.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We all got that one thing that we love.
And then it just depends on the day too, because some days I don't put creamer in it. I'll drink it black. Sometimes I think I just want something warm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there like, what would your like, well, I guess you just said like there's different ways, but what would your like ultimate favorite way to make your coffee be?
Depending on the size of my cup, of course, it'd be sugar and non-dairy powdered creamer.
Oh, you're a powdered creamer person.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do. Well, I'm both, but currently have a bigger thing of powder.
And I like classic roast. Folgers.
Okay. Nice. Is there a part of your routine that keeps your mental health in check that nobody would see? For example, part of my routine in the morning that nobody would see is that at the end of my shower, I turn the water cold for at least 2 to 5 minutes, if not longer.
I turn my water as hot as I can stand it.
You turn your water hot, like so
Hotter.
you shower in warm water and then at the end you make it hot. Why do you do hot? This is weird. We're two opposites.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me getting out of the shower. I don't want to be cold. So I want my body temp to be warm enough to when I get out of the shower and dry up, I'm not cold.
Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that. I do cold because, for those of you who don't know, I love polar plunges or like cold plunges. And ever since, I made the decision that I couldn't financially afford going to cryotherapy.
Right now. You just can't right now.
Right now, it's one of those things that I have to sacrifice is I can't go as often as I would like. So in replacement of that, I do a cold shower at the end of my shower for at least 2 to 5 minutes. As cold as it can get. And it doesn't get as cold as I would like, to be honest. But yeah, does its job. And cold is actually really good for your mental health. That's why I do it. Because it's interesting to see all the times that I am in the shower, or like even if I'm not in the shower and I like having an anxiety attack, I'll jump in the shower to cold water because like it just distracts my brain from everything that's going on. And there's so many, like, look up.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not against, I'm not saying it's not good for the body. I heard that it's wonderful for mental health and I'm 100, but I'm not in it. The only way I would get into an ice bath is if I had an injury and I had to get in there. Other than that,
that's what got me started though, is when I was not smart and didn't take any rest in the beginning of my journey. That's when I got put into my boot, and my trainers were like, you should go try ice baths. And I was like, and then I tried it and it's like, whoo, I really like this, not just for my injury, but for my whole body.
Yeah. There's a guy named Corey Camp.
Yes.
Have you seen him when he's got like one of those huge deep freezers in his backyard and he's got it full of ice?
I want one of those. There's a lot of different like ice bath things that you can get, and I want to get one right now. I don't have the space or the money to continuously get ice all the time. But that is a goal for my future, is to have an ice bath area within my house along with a sauna. I freaking love a good sauna.
One of those industrial like restaurant ice makers.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Would you ever do cryotherapy?
I would. Yeah.
Great. When I come back to Texas, we're gonna try it out. Well, you're gonna try it out. I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
We'll
try to find it too. Is there a Groupon for it, baby? Basically,
I will find a Groupon.
Oh, okay.
If I won't get one, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
What is one thing on your bucket list that you want to complete?
Ooh, so there's a lot of places I want to travel to, right? And then there's a lot of fun activities that I want to do. But if I had to say, list just one on my bucket list, I want to visit Paris.
Ooh, why Paris?
I'm a sucker for love. I mean, come on. You should know that already. Like,
I'm not saying I didn't know. I know.
I am a sucker for love.
Yeah.
So,
I respect that.
What about you? What's on your bucket list?
The one thing that's on my bucket list that I actually almost did it last year is skydiving. I want to go so bad that I may just go by myself if nobody freaking wants to go with me.
I'll go with you.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, cool.
All right, we're going skydiving.
The next time that we're in person together.
Yes, we are going skydiving.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. It just like, I just love adrenaline stuff like that. Like, I used to hate roller coasters. Now I freaking love roller coasters. And that's the thing. Down here, there's no freaking, up here, there's no freaking roller coasters.
Well,
But
next time you come, I can take you to Six Flags.
great. I love Six Flags.
But just one thing, when we go skydiving, like, you know, when we're ready to like take the plunge, like just push me. Just push me. If not,
I'm not gonna be with you. The guy that's attached to you is just gonna have to push you.
There you go.
But
Push
I won't
him.
let you back out. I will let. So that means you're gonna have to go first.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So push him.
Yeah, I'll just be like.
Totally.
Yep. I this is another one that I've always thought about, but I actually don't know if I would do it. Like I'd have to do it with the right group of people too, but bungee jumping.
Now, I've done the rocket launcher one where you're like in this seated apparatus thing and it like throws you up in the air.
Is that the one where you're like in the cage and you're like
Yes.
sitting in that? Okay, like
Yes.
I would do something like that.
I've done that.
But isn't bungee jumping the one where you have you're strapped by your feet and then you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, that terrifies me. Like, I got little feet.
It's wrapped around your ankles.
Okay, well, I got little ankles and I'm terrified that something's gonna happen. I want to do it, but I'm so terrified. Maybe that's why I should do it.
That's why you should do it. That's totally why you should do it. So our first out of the country trip, we'll do bungee jumping.
Okay.
Like we need to go to like Jamaica or somewhere. Like
I want to go somewhere too that has I love high zip lines and high ropes courses and that kind of stuff. Like I love that. I just when it comes to bungee jumping, I'm like, my ankles. I don't know. And that's true for a lot of things. Like I don't know what it is.
But you want to skydive.
Huh?
But you want to skydive. That's more dangerous.
Not in my eyes. I don't know why. Maybe because I have somebody strapped with me, and if I die with somebody. I genuinely don't know. I'm totally more comfortable skydiving than I am thinking about going bungee jumping. Like,
that's crazy.
It does not make sense to a lot of people. I recognize that and I understand that, but this is my feelings. So,
go beans.
But
if you could travel somewhere, where would you want to travel to on your bucket list?
There are a lot of places. I definitely want to go to Fiji. I really want to go to South Africa.
That's cool. Too many vaccines.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah.
I think that you have to do like 19 vaccines before you go over there.
Okay, well, I'm talking like, can we not bring up this whole freaking COVID thing? Like, can we?
No, it has nothing to do with COVID. Like, you have to have 19 vaccines if you go over to Africa. Yeah.
What?
Plus your COVID. Yeah.
Even before COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that won't necessarily stop me, I don't think. I don't know. I'll investigate, do my research before I take off. I have a friend who has family in South Africa and goes there frequently, so maybe I'll get in touch with them.
There you go. Let me know.
Where would you want to travel?
Well, I said Paris. Definitely want to go to Paris. I want to go to Dubai.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to go to Dubai.
And then, of course, anywhere there's a beach.
We know who would come with us. All we gotta say is the waves, and
we can't go camping with her because she won't go camp. She won't even do glamping.
Okay, but that's another thing I'm gonna add to my bucket list because I do want to go on an epic camping trip with all of my friends that are coming to the top with me. And listen, Christine Capella, you listening to this, I am going to get you out into nature with me.
She's not gonna do it.
I bet she would do it for like 5 minutes with me just to say it. We completed it, but I don't think she'd ever go camping. Camping's not.
I'd need her to spend the night in a tent.
You okay? that I don't think she would do.
I know. Not even glamping.
Because I was gonna give her a little more like, okay, let's get a log cabin. All that. I was gonna be nice for her, but you want her to sleep in a tent.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true camping.
I agree. Facts. And would I love that? Yes. But sometimes we have to meet people where they're at. And just getting her out into nature, I feel like is going to be a relatively big task.
True.
So
all right, so log cabin. I mean that either way works for me. I love it.
Exactly. We can follow it up by we end the trip on the beach.
The beach.
You want to get to the beach, you first have to
like an obstacle course.
Oh man. If you could sit down with anyone in the world, who would you sit down with? Dead or alive?
Teresa.
Who?
Mother Teresa.
Why?
Just her wisdom, her humble heart, her humble heart, loving heart, and her wisdom alone. She was an amazing woman.
She was.
What about you?
I would say, there's a lot of people. Definitely Kyle Korver would be one, even though
you have to pick one. One.
I
mean, now prior to 3 weeks ago or so, there probably would have been one person on your list, but that's already like checked off the list. So
yeah, that person's checked off the list.
Yeah,
because I wrote it down.
Write it down, make it plain.
Write it down, and don't be afraid to ever reach out to people is all I will say. I honestly think one of the people that I would want to sit down with is Will Smith.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, and for the people who may not know, he's actually dyslexic. So I don't know. I've always just wanted to like pick his brain on that further. So I really want to also read his book.
That was my next thing. I want to read his book too, but he's got a lot of wisdom.
He does have a lot of wisdom. He really freaking does. What is one memory from your childhood or from your life that makes you crack up every time you think about it?
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't know that it would make me crack up, but there's always that one thing that happens that the entire family always just, brings it up at the most inappropriate times. Everyone laughs, and you're the only one just thinking like, that wasn't funny. You know what I mean? But it kind of was. So there was one time where me and my sister were fighting, right? But she had me pinned down. So she was on top of me, had me pinned down. And I'm yelling, trying to get my mom's attention. And she's yelling, laughing because she's got me down. My mom's not coming. That she's laughing so much that she like this loogie comes out of her mouth and lands directly into my mouth.
Oh my God.
And she will tell that story to whoever. I'm just saying. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. The world now knows about it.
Now the whole world knows.
So that if she tells you, you're going to be like, oh yeah, we already knew about that. It's no longer funny.
No longer funny. Oh my God. I can't. That's awesome. Okay. I'm stuck between two.
Pick the best one.
I don't know which one's better. I'll go with the first one. When I was a baby, mind you, my sisters are 7 and 9 years older.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know this, yet my middle sister dressed me up as a bunny and took me to take your pet to school day for show and tell. So I was brought to school as a dressed up little bunny for take your kid to pet day.
What was that? What was that movie? The Christmas Story. Have you ever seen the Christmas Story where the kid is dressed up like a bunny?
If I have, I haven't watched it in forever.
Oh yeah. So you were the bunny.
I was the bunny
Mm,
and brought to school
you
as
were
a
so
class pet.
intended.
I was also terrified of pom-poms. So my sisters would chase me around the house with pom-poms.
That's messed up. That's messed
I don't
up.
know why I was afraid of pom-poms, but they terrified me. I still don't like pom-poms, really.
Maybe it's a sound.
I don't know.
I bet you that's what it is. I bet you it's the sound. When you go to shake them, the sound they make.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
What is one thing people don't know about you that they should know about you?
Mm. Ooh. What's the one thing that people don't know about me that they should know about me?
Yeah.
Hmm. That's a tough one. I'm a pretty open book.
Or what is one thing that people assume about you?
Okay, so I've gotten a lot of the you're intimidating. You're very intimidating type of things from people. And I think for I don't know if it's just the way that I carry myself. You know, I would say that I'm a little reserved. So I don't open up immediately. Now I'm very kind and I reciprocate a conversation with anyone. I'm very personable, but I'm very reserved about my personal when it comes to introducing myself to people. And I think it's more because I'm reading them probably more than anything. Because I've told you this before, a lot of times when I come across people, anyone, um, especially if it's not going to be like a short and sweet, like run into somebody at the gas station, hey, how you doing, type of thing. People who are probably going to be in my presence for a little bit longer than 20 minutes. I always try to decipher or discern, one, why are these people in my life, or why this person here, and what kind of resources could we be for each other. So those are the things that run through my head nowadays, when I meet people, because it's not necessarily for a benefit for me, but how can I help them connect with somebody for them? Because I think a lot of things that we've learned just through PD is, you know, connecting people, helping to connect people, in different ways. And it's not for personal gain. It's just you genuinely want to see people do good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I can definitely see that within you.
But yeah, people, and that's why when a lot of times people ask me like, what do you do? um and it's like you try to say, well, I do this and that, and those kind of things. I want to get to know a person. Like, tell me about you, not what you
Right.
do. Like, don't let your job or your education or any of those things define who you are. Yes, they helped you make you who you are, but like, I want to know what kind of person you are. So that's what's important to me. Like I want to know your character. And so name dropping, those kind of things, those don't flatter me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Love that.
What do people say about you?
I did this on my TikTok once, but people's assumptions were pretty accurate. I would say that because I'm such a huge extroverted person, people assume that I'm like friends with everybody. Yet I have learned that I will no longer slap on the label of friendship quickly, because for me, I learned that I did that too quickly throughout my life. So I now say that it takes time to build a friendship with me. Like you have to show me that you want to be a part of my life. And I should be able to clearly see that through the viewfinder if you want to be a part of the picture. And it's not just like a overnight thing where it's like, oh, we know each other, we had a conversation and now we're friends. And I'm not taking away, like you do have those people where like you click and you vibe, like us. Like we
Yeah.
vibed right from the start. And not only that, like our conversation was deep day one. So
Mm-hmm.
like our friendship grew a lot quicker and a lot faster because of what I was experiencing, our vibe, the way in which we could support each other in
Right.
that season of our friendship. But that doesn't happen with everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm still very much an extrovert, yet I am cautious about throwing on that label too quickly. I would say the other thing is that people always tell me that I'm too trusting. And yes, I am. I trust just about everybody, knowing that I can take my trust back.
That's it. And I think that's a lot hard for a lot of people, especially people who have experienced trust issues. But even with the things that I've experienced, my biggest thing is, you know, going into a friendship, relationship, whatever ship, giving you trust. Once the trust is broken, then you've kind of shown me who you are. Like it's really hard to go back from that point. So I'm gonna trust you until you show me a reason not to.
Exactly. Like I look at trust as like you're like if it's like I will give you a blank piece of paper and that is my trust. And if you start to mistrust, the paper starts to crumble and it can never fully go back to a blank piece of paper.
Right.
Like even if we get it laying out to as flat as it can go, your mistrust is still part of our history.
Right.
So it's exactly exactly like it but I don't want people to I don't want people to like, you know, not have somebody that they can't go to, that they can't trust. And I think one of the worst people to be is somebody who is one of the mistrustful people, like the people who go and tell other people's business or whatnot. And I will own up, I used to be like that. I used to not necessarily be the most trusting until I had people my mistrust myself, like misuse my information or tell other people, like they went behind my back.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I was like, F that. And I started making changes, and all that. Or I told somebody stuff to somebody else and then the news got out.
Mhm.
So, I just recognized like, okay, trust is something I want to work within. So,
Right.
but all that being said, I'm looking at the time, what time it is, and we need to wrap this up because we got to get somewhere else to be. Uh, so, any last final thoughts or words or message that's on your heart?
I thought this was really, really fun. But definitely one of the biggest things that people tend to do is make their own assumptions of who we are. And I think for me, I don't ever want anybody to think that, one, I've got it all together; two, that I don't experience issues; three, that I don't have my days where I'm down. And it's okay. And I think that's the thing, is so many people try to put the mask on and act like everything is okay. And there's absolutely no way that anyone could be 100% okay every single day of their life. There's going to be some sort of adversity that hits you. The severity of it is different for everyone, but um, you know, as we share, just little things about who we are, um, this is who we are. We're authentic. We want to share with y'all who we are, get to know us a little bit better, and always just know that um, we have our days too. We have our days too.
Absolutely. Yes. I think I would just say, you know, similar along the lines of you, is that we're just human, and we're just having a fun along the journey, and that's why today we just wanted to have some fun and just kind of just go real, raw, and authentic, and that's what we want you guys to always see. Like, it's funny how we can even get in our heads, and I was in my head a little bit of like, I stumbled upon my words back there talking about trust and all that, but like, the words just weren't coming out of my freaking noggin, and that's totally okay. And I'm human, and like, you're human too. We're all human, and we make mistakes. We stumble upon our words, and it's a-okay. It's
Mhm.
just moving forward and doing the best that you can each and every single day and learning from life. So continue to be the resilient warriors that you are within this game of life. But no matter what, stay strong, stay you, because you got
Because you
this.
got this. Peace.